Dang, man. But I don't know how was like the picketing and shit. Like, how was that for you?
It was cool. I picketed a lot. There, my one friend Julie Griner, she added up all the miles that I think it was something like 50 miles at the end of it. It might have been even more, but she was super diligent. I was like a once a week kind of.
Hey, I went one time just on some future. Like, let me just put this energy out there because this is not. It's gonna affect me later. Not right now, but
You want to be like. Why the first thing I thought of was when Jerry Jones was in the segregation.
I'm just in the back.
It's just.
Oh no,
50 years from now. 50 years from now, it's like you in the picket picture.
Just like just one picture.
I'm on the right side of.
I was here. Yeah.
I'm on the right side of. That is funny. Yeah, I'm on the right side of history. Picketing was cool. I have a couple things that I think about picketing. I think on the one end, it was cool to meet people in the picket line because then you start to understand all the embarrassing things that have happened to you. Like, it's not just you as like a junior writer or someone who's trying to break in that like, oh, dang, that thing that I wrote that I was trying to write, it was for nothing. It was like a total waste of time, or like I gave a lot of free labor to this production company and nothing ever came of it. And then you start talking to people and you're just like, not only have people had the same experiences as you, but they've had much worse. Like the level of exploitation across the industry when there's so much free work being done with writing on spec, open writing assignments, adaptations. Yeah, I talked to someone who, him and his writing partner were adapting a book for 3 years. The production company lost the rights to adapt the book into a movie. And they were like, well...
3 years. Will they have a drink?
We're not doing it anymore. So that was really cathartic and like built solidarity between me and other writers. On the flip side of the spectrum, it's a big union. My bosses, people with the power to employ people, are in the rank and file union, which is not. It's a very, I think it's pretty unique set of circumstances.
Yeah.
Usually, when I was at the Onion and I was on the bargaining committee for our CBA, which the Onion is a WGA East shop, but managers were not a part of the union because they can hire and fire.
Right.
Whereas managers are a part of this. They are a part of the Writers Guild. And there are just so many, like, not necessarily conflicting interests, but, like, it's such a wide umbrella, the Guild, in terms of, like, late night writers. We have some reality writers, some feature show, like, all of the different concerns and all of the different wants that people have and deserve. It's really complicated. And I will say, like, I don't know, people, when I talk to people about this, they're just like, you're reading into this too much. But like when I was on the picket line and you meet someone, they're always just like, were you working before the strike? Which I was, but it's like, why does that?
It's an odd question.
Why does that matter?
An issue.
Or like people's like, are you TV? Are you TV or film? It's like,
I'm trying to figure out what lines, like,
just like.
what gang you're in, like what set you playing.
Yo, what's that? yo.
You can't sit at this table. Like, well, why not?
Yo, you bang late night. Colbert Street Crips, cuz. Colbert Street Crips.
Yes. Yo, why does that sound kind of hard? Colbert Street Crips. That's dumb.
Hey, I put that on everything, cuz.
I love that. I just picture like just a bunch of like writer types just standing like real just.
It is. I mean, I am sensitive to status. I'm sensitive to class because this is how I grew up. Yeah. Just like being someone who's like not rich in wealthy spaces. Funny, we were just before the podcast. James came to get me, and then is like, there's this fancy like cocktail party happening. And not that heads were turning, but a head turned. To be like, oh, who's this?
Who might this be? You don't expect these types at this hour. It's past 4:30.
I'm just hyper aware. There's the Chris Rock joke where he's like, I walk into the room looking for racism. I was like, wait, where is it? Like,
it's here somewhere.
It's here somewhere. It's like, so like I'm hyper aware of that. Where I've talked to other writers and they've just been like, that's just like small talk. Mm-hmm. They're just trying to be like, what kind of writing do you do? Like da 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 da. So there are different ways to interpret it. You never really know what's in someone's heart. So I don't want to cast aspersions, but it was interesting to kind of like, oh, it's just such a status. Such a status-based industry.
Just sound luck hit the critical James theory. Hit the critical James theory, yeah. Just sound luck hit the critical James theory, yeah. Hit the critical James theory, yo. Just sound luck hit the critical James theory, yeah.